U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris on Friday accepted the Democratic Party presidential nomination and vowed to fight for America's future. So, on behalf of the people, on behalf of every American, regardless of party, race, gender, or the language your grandmother speaks, on behalf of my mother, and everyone who has ever set out on their own unlikely journey on behalf of Americans, like the people I grew up with, people who work hard, chase their dreams, and look out for one another, on behalf of everyone whose story could only be written in the greatest nation on earth. I accept your nomination for President of the United States of America, Harris said to audience applause. Harris entered the fray for the presidential ticket after U.S. President Joe Biden announced in July that he is withdrawing from the election bid. If elected president, the 59-year-old Harris would become the first woman in history to become the U.S. president. The vice president is only the second woman ever nominated for the presidency by a major political party. Speaking on the final night of the Democratic National Convention, Harris said the election is not only the most important in our lives, but the most important in the life of our nation. She also spoke about the serious consequences of putting unserious man, Donald Trump, back in the White House. She promised to create an opportunity economy where everybody will have a chance to compete and succeed, and also promised to end America's housing shortage. During her acceptance speech, Harris spoke about her mother who migrated to the U.S. from India and talked about her upbringing as her parents moved around the country for various jobs and the virtues they instilled in her. Harris said the upcoming polls provided the country with a fleeting opportunity to move past the bitterness, cynicism, and divisive battles of the past. Harris said, "A chance to chart a new way forward. Not as members of any one party or faction, but as Americans. I accept your nomination to be President of the United States of America. And with this election, our nation has a precious, fleeting opportunity to move past the bitterness, cynicism, and divisive battles of the past, a chance to chart a new way forward. I promise to be a president for all Americans. You can always trust me to put country above party and self, to hold sacred America's fundamental principles from the rule of law to free and fair elections to the peaceful transfer of power," the 59-year-old Harris told the crowd at Chicago's United Center. Earlier, two of Harris's grandnieces were brought on stage by actress Kerry Washington to remind the convention how to correctly pronounce her first name. At their direction, one side of the arena shouted "comma" and the other "law."